You got to come out of the romanticism of everything that you got going on. And you got to start looking at things on a very ground level. You can't be sitting up here romanticizing everything and getting into Fantasyland about everything when you don't even know what the hell you're getting into Fantasyland about. I heard many times you guys say, oh, take me on the ship and take me right on up out of here, not knowing who's on the ship. Are they malevolent towards us or you or your kind? What kind of beings are they, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's crazy to me, some of the comments I see you guys make, and I'm thinking to myself, if they only knew what they were asking for. You got a big ass war that's taking place right above our heads right now. You got military around the world that's testing atomic bombs and nuclear warheads, which is the craziest shit that I've ever heard of in my life. Because they think that they're actually going to go against the Anunnaki and the Lyrians and everybody else that's up there. They actually think they got a chance to go against that. I saw how that was going to go down. That's not going to go down very well, and they're not going to win that war. They're going to wipe the whole shit out. I don't even know what possessed them to think, oh, we're just going to just that and the third. Meanwhile, while you got that shit going on, you got China coming in through the back door, getting ready, infiltrating all sectors of the United States right now, even as we speak. While that's going on. And China knows about the war above our heads. So let all that sink in. So while everybody's out here partying, and everybody's up here watching sports, and everybody's up here caught up in the drama, and everybody's out here caught up in the gossip, and everybody's out here being negative to nasty to one another, while all that shit's going on, okay? You got timeline speeding up, fast as hell, okay? Time done ran out for everybody, okay? And you got all this other shit going on, not to mention the weather going crazy right now. To add on to it. Okay? So at this stage in the game, this is where you should be at right now. It's not about, hey, ISIS, when are you going to do your next live? It should be, what am I getting ready to do for myself here? What am I doing to prep for what's to come? What plans do I have in place? Have I executed any of these plans? I just put a post up on my Instagram about Cuba wiping out everybody's bank accounts down there in Cuba. Everybody's bank accounts got wiped out, including the people from Cuba who live in the States who were sending money home to their bank accounts, to their family members, wiped the hell out because Cuba started protesting up here in the States. So the government said, okay, that's the game you want to play? I'm going to shut all your money down. And the people are suffering down there enough as it is. Now, I told y'all to take that damn money out the bank. I hope you guys listen. Because if you seriously think that we're not next, you better think again. We are next. And I want you to think about how crazy and stupid the people are now as it is. I want you to think about how they acted when the gas shortage went. How they're about to start acting how they're about to start acting when they find out that ain't no money in their bank accounts. I want you to think about how cuckoo. And you're talking about cuckoo folks has got a lot of guns. There's a lot of people in this country that got guns. So I want you to think about that. And now I'm hearing food shortages. So how do you think people are going to act? At Dandit Weller, it is naive of you to put any kind of responsibility on one particular person. You can't be serious. You have yet to understand that everything operates on the collective level. Until you guys start understanding that there's no such thing as individual, everybody has to come together on a collective level to make a change, then the people are going to remain exactly where they are. Because you think that somebody out here should resolve all your problems. That's not how that's going to go. The writing was on the wall that that's not the way that's going to go. And why you guys haven't figured this out yet, I have no idea. This has a lot to do with people not wanting to take any accountability or responsibility for their own lives. This goes back to the shadow work. You shouldn't be looking for nobody to save your ass. You should be looking to save your own ass. Okay? You went to Navy Federal Credit Union and they're holding money from people. We can't get all our money. Whoa. You need to do everything in cashier's checks. Don't get cash, because they're not going to give you that. Get cashier's checks. No, money will not be useless. No, universal shaman. Okay, I guess I didn't talk to y'all about this on live yet. So let me give you the rundown. I thought I talked about this, but I must have talked about this on my Telegram channel, but I swear to God, I thought I talked about this on Instagram. So let me tell you the real story about what happened to us as a people. I thought I told you this already. There was a time, a long time ago, where we were really at the top of our game. We had access to all of our powers. We were in full knowledge of who we were. And there really wasn't anybody that could really touch us like that. It just wasn't happening like that because we were that powerful. Let me explain to you why we're that powerful. Because every last one of us have different higher aspects of ourselves that are different beings of when you reincarnated many lifetimes before. Okay? So these different aspects are different versions of who you are, but they have been extremely elevated. Each individual aspect, a person might have like 5 or 6 higher aspects. They are having their own experiences, but it's when you come into knowledge about them and who they are and what they are and how you can communicate and what power they actually possess. Okay? Now, during the time period when we were on top of our game, we became very arrogant. As the first way ancient ancestors said, we became very haughty. We were doing deals with other beings coming to the planet that were much more weaker than us. Okay? We didn't feel as though that anybody was a threat to us. We were trading information. We were trading technology. We were trading different things. But in the process of us doing these trades, things that we weren't supposed to be doing in the manner that we were doing it and who we were doing it with, it had a lot to do with the fact that we wasn't giving reverence to our divinity and we wasn't giving reverence to source. And when you decide that you're not going to give reverence to source, that which sparks your life, when you decide that you're not going to acknowledge your own divinity and you think that you are the source, which is what happened with us, the sun is actually what hit us and wiped out our memories. Okay? The sun. The sun is what wiped out our memories. And I want you guys to understand that the sun is pure 100% divine cosmic intelligence. It's also a stargate where you can travel through it, but it's also extremely intelligent. And the sun is not something that nothing man-made could ever try to destroy. They've made many attempts to try to destroy the sun, try to block out the sun, the whole nine. It's never going to happen. And because of the power that we possess with us being children of the sun, at any given time when we want to see the sun, all we got to do is say, hey, sun, let me see your face. And literally the sun will let you see its face every single time. Try it. When you guys are up in New York City or you guys in areas that are doom and gloom, tell the sun on the collective level, I want to see your face. And watch the sun clear out them clouds. The sun doesn't need our help to do anything. It just is what it is. Okay? So that's one thing that we won't ever have to worry about is our light being dimmed by the sun. It's not going to ever happen. Okay? No matter what they're saying about Bill Gates and whoever else and whoever thinks they're going to do this and that and the third and who's big and bad and all that, it's not going to happen. So let me just go ahead and reassure you on that. All right? Now, in the process of us taking that fall and our memories being erased, prior to that happening, a lot of things started happening where a lot of us were having tribal wars. There was a lot of jealousy and a lot of things that started coming into play that should have never came into play. Okay? The sun wiped out our memories. And this is the shit they don't want you to know. Okay? Now, the sun, that's why they talk about the second coming or the son of man, which the original definition of man meant dark-skinned people. That was the original definition. Old definition meant dark-skinned people. Okay? Now, when you start talking about the second coming, people are getting that caught up with Jesus Christ. Has nothing to do with him. Okay? When you're talking about the second son, we're talking about the silver sun. And we're talking about that sun waking us all back up. The last solar flare that we just had is waking up a lot of people right now. The next solar flare that we have, the big one, there's going to be a solar flare that we're going to have that's going to go off at the blink of an eye. When that goes off, that's when we're going to transform into our true selves. Now, some of us would have already transcended into 5D Earth. A lot of y'all will remain here on this earth. Things are going to go back to how they were in the days of Atlantis, in the days of Egypt, in the days of Babylon. It's going to return back to that. Okay? So that means that all the people that existed when you had different interdimensional beings that were actually operating with the people, that's exactly what it's going to turn back into. Okay? I talked to you guys about your bodies being crystalline. I talked to you guys about your get a lot of sun so you can start seeing the sparkles on your body and things of that nature. Boom. Okay? But that's really what happened. We got our memory wiped out. When the sun decides, because it's intelligence, when the sun decides that it is going to wake us all completely back up, that's when the solar flash is going to hit. And all of us are going to wake back up with full knowledge of who we are. Now, there are certain things that are happening to people right now. Some of you guys might be on this live. Some of you guys might think I'm crazy. I'm not talking to you. But I am talking to the ones that are having experiences where either they're having, where they feel like they might be transforming into something. Something may have activated in them and they feel like that they're transforming into something. Okay? That's happening right now. That's really happening right now. There's things inside your DNA that is being activated by the sun that is going to assist you in you fully becoming who exactly you really are. Okay? That's exactly what's going to happen. Some people are going to be very immature and not be able to handle the power that's given to them. So those mutants, I call them mutants, are going to be a little bit destructive until they get settled within their body. But this is really happening like right now. Okay? Some people, it's going to happen on and off. That's how it starts. Okay? Sometimes it may happen around the full moon. Sometimes it may happen around the new moon for some people. All right? I need, for those of you guys that are going through these changes, I'm letting you know right now, if this is what's happening to you or you're having experiences where you feel yourself shifting, shape shifting, things of that nature, if you feel that this is what's happening to you, it's because it's who you've always been. You just didn't know any better. Okay? A lot of things are changing very fast. They sped up the timelines again. So it's pretty much a wrap. So, and when I say a wrap, I'm saying that you are now witnessing the destruction of this racist ass system that no longer serves a purpose on planet Earth. A system that did not benefit anybody but the people who created it. Okay? All of that's going to fall. All of it's falling. The presidency has dismantled itself. Fell. I don't need to go into detail about that. All you got to do is open up your eyes and look and see what's playing out in front of your face. I don't need to go into detail about that. Just look. Open up your damn eyes and look. Okay? So, there's what happened with us in terms of our falling. And I'm just taking it all the way back. Okay, in terms of falling. And imagine having your memory erased and you not knowing who you are. And next thing you know, you find yourself being subservient to beings that are way lesser than you. And you don't even know why. You don't know who these beings are. None of that. I want you guys to understand something. There's been narratives that has been created specifically for us to make us think certain things. People get upset with me when I bust those things out the water. People get upset with me when I challenge some of the things that our ancestors have done. People get upset with me when I expose the fact that there were CIA operatives that were put in place for us to look up to. People get upset at me whenever I challenge the old guard of how our people did things. People get upset with me about that. Oh, you're an agent. Oh, you must be working for somebody. Oh, this, that, and the third. And it can't be that I'm a critical thinker. It can't be that I did some research. It can't be that I found out other information. It can't be that. It can't be that my consciousness have expanded. It can't be that I did some cosmic research, or maybe I was in the Akashic record, or maybe I was in the cosmic records getting some other information. It can't be any of that. You want to know why? Because people that think like that think that you can't, work with a limited mindset. And they operate in their arrogance because they think they know what they're talking about and don't have a clue about none of the shit that they're talking about. And the information is new. You guys ain't heard it before, so it's foreign to your ears. You guys need to understand that every single thing that you've been told is a damn lie. And the only thing that's truth is what you currently experience in your own personal life. That is what's true to you. Okay? Your actual experiences, your actual own individual experiences is what is true to you.